Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Rooster Stone Show. Dude, I got to make that proprietary.
We should do it, man. We talk about it.
I know, we do every time you're on. Hey, man, welcome back. We have another Originals versus Covers episode for you today.
Yeah, buddy.
We're super stoked for this one. Got some great songs on here. That's the idea, is to, put up and make it a hard choice. All right. And I think these are hard choices. So let's just get right to it, man. No need to wait around. Give us your first song, Kyle. What do you got?
All right. My first song for today is Sympathy for the Devil. Original artist, the Rolling Stones. Cover artist, Guns N' Roses. One in 1968, one in 1994. Now, I remember hearing this song for the first time as the credits rolled on the movie Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, I remember that too.
And I was immediately hooked. I needed a hard copy of this song, immediately. So off to the mall I went.
You needed it Lestat.
Yes, Lestat. And my man,
Bro.
Lestat. I needed it funky fresh in the flesh is what I needed.
Dude. That's awesome.
So I went and purchased a CD single. For you younger people out there in internet land, that's, you could buy CD singles.
Oh my God, that was a ridiculous
Remember that?
thing.
Just
yeah.
CD singles.
Who wasted a whole CD for
Remember
a single?
cassette singles.
Oh, I do.
One song on a cassette.
I have them.
So
I have them.
So after I purchased it, believe it or not, I didn't find out until I purchased this that this was actually a cover. I thought.
Oh, you didn't know this song?
I mean, I knew of the song and I heard about Guns N' Roses back then, and I was like, but I didn't know.
You didn't know that the Stones did it first.
I honestly didn't.
Wow.
At that time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's we're talking about the Stones, rock and roll legend giants.
Sure.
And I was just blown away. And I've come to love both versions so much. But for me, it's GNR.
So you're picking. You're picking.
Are we picking now?
Yeah, you can pick right now.
Okay.
So you're rolling with GNR on this.
I'm rolling GNR, and,
Okay.
I'll tell you why. I mean, I got all the love in the world for the Stones. One thing I do like about the Stones version is I like because they didn't have a lot of the technology that Guns N' Roses had to work with to make it a fuller, beefier sound.
Absolutely.
But I love the raw sound of the original.
Yeah.
And if I had to choose, one way or another.
You do have to choose, and I'm assuming that you did, that your choice is Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
Okay.
Guns N' Roses.
Dude. All right. So, I listened to this, and I'd heard it before. I had heard Guns N' Roses version before. I have played this song in live bands and at open mics for decades. I absolutely love this song.
Amazing song.
Particularly the percussion. The GNR version is solid. I like the background singers. It's certainly fuller. It's made in a more recent era. That technology difference matters sometimes when you're making these choices. It just does. But dude, nobody can sing this song like Jagger. Nobody. Not even Axl Rose. I'm going with the Stones on this one.
All right, brother.
We're 1-1.
1-1.
Bazinga.
1-1.
All right. So for my first song, I chose the song Mr. Tambourine Man. Originally recorded by Bob Dylan in March 1965. The Byrds then recorded this song less than a month later. They are both on the radio at the same time. This song was not just a hit. It was an anthem for an entire generation. I mean, you remember when we were kids even, this song was still really huge.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's
still huge.
Yeah. And the song is really great. I mean, just the song itself, it showcases Dylan's unique lyrical style. It's a beautiful melody, no matter who sings it. I played this song at my first ever solo gig in 2001. It's got that much staying power. People were still playing it. I played it. I love this song. Now, Dylan's version is very typical for this era of Dylan. It's really just him, his guitar, and his harmonica. Though in the background you can hear Bruce Langhorne playing a textured little electric part, and that's nice because it adds a little texture to it. It makes it a little dreamy. This version is sweet and melancholy, like the man. The Byrds version was undoubtedly the more popular version of the two. This song was a mega hit. It's much more electric and with lots of harmonies. This rendition has that sound of the 60s. It really does. That sort of anthemic quality to it.
It was their version that introduced me to the song.
Yeah, right. And probably most people. So the question is, which one's better? What do you think?
All right, Tambourine Man. I'm going to be honest with you to start out and let you know that I've never been a huge Dylan fan, but I have a few favorites, and I absolutely love his legendary impact on the music world. That's without a doubt. I mean, there's things I love about Dylan, and I think as I get older and, doing this stuff with you, I have a lot of rabbit holes to go down, and I think Dylan's going to be one of them.
Yeah.
So, but I really enjoy both versions, but one thing I truly, truly love about all music and some of my favorite songs of all time is 100% good old vocal harmonies.
Right.
And the Byrds, obviously just flawless in that song. I feel so for me, it's going to be the Byrds.
I'm a harmony guy too. You know that about me.
Yeah.
Anybody that listens to my band will know that too. But
wait, you a harmony guy?
Yeah, dude, that's my thing, right? I know. So, a lot of people say, particularly about Dylan, because I've heard this many times from many people, that they love Dylan's songs when they're played by other people. There's something about the man, the quality of the man's voice that is polarizing. People either love it or they hate it.
I find it whiny. I don't know why.
Sure, a lot of people do.
Heard that.
A lot of people do. And, the thing is, he's been around so long, his voice has gone through a lot of changes.
Absolutely.
So if you listen to it, it's not the same the whole way through his career. And typically, I would agree with you. I like vocal harmonies. I love sort of that really anthemic 60s sound. I love that arpeggio guitar. But there's something about Dylan in this tune, something about the quality of his voice, the sparseness of the music that I like better. And I'm going with Dylan here. And there it is. I picked Dylan's version.
There we go.
Dude, we're 2-2 now.
We are.
We're not picking the same tunes. I like that, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that, though.
Absolutely.
Good. It shows that we're really kind of thinking about these. So you got, what you got for number 2, buddy? Dude, this was a good one.
Number 2.
This is a good one.
Land of Confusion, originally released in 1986 by Genesis, Disturbed, 2005. Let me start by saying this song had one of the coolest videos to ever come out of the 80s.
Dude, it really did.
And on that note, I personally feel like it was pretty hard not to be like a Genesis Phil Collins fan in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
With everything else going on with the hair bands and the metal, but I just, I think they, stood out on their own. You know what I mean?
Undoubtedly, yeah.
I'm still a fan to this day. I can credit this choice to 14-year-old me and lots of nostalgia. So I guess you see where I'm going with my choice.
Well, who did the other version though?
Disturbed.
Did you say?
Disturbed.
Okay.
I did say at the beginning. So the thing I do love about Disturbed's version is like the metalhead inside of me. He's in there somewhere with all the other, musicians.
Eclectic guys in there, yeah. The little music dwarves in your head.
In fact, when you got these newer bands and metal bands that come along and they want to pay homage or they want to, redo these songs, I think out of all the metal bands I've listened to do covers, that ultimately Disturbed does justice to a lot of these songs.
Agreed.
When they did Shout by Tears for Fears, that was one of their first big ones. I just feel like they do it right. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But ultimately, I just, and don't tell my wife this because she's a huge Disturbed fan. She met the band.
She will be quite disturbed.
Yes, she will. So in any case, I'm definitely without a doubt going with Genesis on this one.
You know, this song has a lot of nostalgia for people our age.
That's what I'm
saying. It really
saying.
does. You know, because it wasn't just about the song or the video, and it was a great video. Like, get on YouTube and check this video out. It is bizarre. But
the Ronald Reagan puppet?
Yeah, but it's also lyrically.
Oh my God.
This song lyrically is such a brazen attack on our society. And it doesn't hold back at all.
I feel it holds up to today.
Oh, dude, it holds. No matter when you would sing this song, if you sung this song in the 1st century BC, it would apply.
Yeah.
That's how
and that's what I
powerful
love about
this song is. The Disturbed version is better than I thought it would be. You know, it was. They are a talented group of dudes. Without a doubt, but you know, both vocally and musically, they're very, very talented. But like a lot of modern metal, I feel like it never goes anywhere. There are almost no dynamics in the song at all. It's sort of just loud.
Louder than the original, right?
The whole time. It doesn't get soft and go through rises and fallings. You know, and that's the part where the Genesis version really, really gets them. But dude, the bridge was the doom. The bridge in the Disturbed version is nowhere near as good as the bridge in the Genesis version. That Genesis bridge, it's like a totally different song. The whole song just sucks into this tiny little thing for 20 seconds. And it just those dynamics that's what gives Genesis
little bit of build up.
Yeah,
there, right.
That with the drums. Yeah. Oh, dude. This was a tougher choice than I thought it would be when I first saw that you picked this song. But that really was ultimately what the defining factor was for me. It was the dynamics. Genesis's dynamics were just better. So there it is. Good choice though, dude. That was a good song, and that was a tougher choice than I thought it would be.
Is this one we agree on?
This is one we agree on.
Look at that,
dude,
buddy.
There it is. We finally agreed. Woohoo! All right. So for my second song, I chose the song Red, Red Wine, originally recorded by Neil Diamond in 1967, and then covered by UB40 in 1983, and then re-released in 1988. Neil Diamond is a very prolific songwriter. His repertoire of songs is ginormous. Not just the songs he sings himself. I mean like other people's that have made his songs famous. Oh, yeah. He is an outstanding songwriter. This song is another example of how good he was at getting to the heart of the matter with his masterful lyrics. This song laments a man with a broken heart. He knows he's done wrong, and the only cure is drink. Neil's version is in his typical style, man. It feels like a big stage production from the late 60s, early 70s. His voice is so smooth. Does anybody really have as smooth a voice as Neil Diamond? That dude is smooth. I mean, he should have been a car salesman. And his delivery in this particular song is emotional and heartfelt. It really is. These are very different versions. I mean, they're almost like different songs. UB40's version... UB40 was a British reggae group from Birmingham. Their core members were. But they had members from all over the globe in that band. They were truly an international group. Their version is a lot more upbeat and poppy. I mean, it's a reggae version, right? Ali Campbell's voice is so sweet in this song. I love his voice.
I get goosebumps thinking about
it. Dude.
The nostalgia that comes with this song.
Yeah, dude. And it was re-released in 1988 while I was in junior high school. You would have been in high school.
Yep.
So it has a lot of
10th grade.
Yeah, like memories tied to it. And I think to me that affected my decision here. What did you think of this tune?
All right, so Red Red Wine. I have loved, and if you know me when I'm saying this, I have loved Neil Diamond as long as I've loved Willie Nelson.
And that is saying something.
1980 was the year. I was 8 years old. Willie, the movie Honeysuckle Rose, and the song On the Road Again. Mm-hmm. Neil, the movie The Jazz Singer, and the song America. When I could not get enough of that song.
Dude, I couldn't either.
That song America, I get goosebumps thinking about it.
That's a great song.
Everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
So,
Disturbed should do that.
Right. That would be something.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
And here we go again. I honestly had no idea at this particular time that Red Red Wine was a cover. I thought it was a big UB40 hit.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it was, but it was a cover song.
But it was a cover song, yeah. Mm-hmm. Which maybe we'll do another podcast on Did You Know It Was a Cover?
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
So, anyway, getting back to the song. When listening to Neil's version, I could truly hear and feel his emotional and heartfelt delivery like you had talked about.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. He does that with a lot of his songs. I mean, you can feel his heart and soul into it. So again, UB40, I didn't have to listen to it, as it is a staple of my nostalgia and my teenage years playlist.
Oh yeah, buddy.
So Red Red Wine, you make me feel so fine.
We called them mixtapes back then. Yeah. Dude, and yeah, Red Red Wine, you do make me feel so fine. So who are you choosing here? Who do you got?
I'm going to go with my nostalgic UB40 cover version.
I'm going to do the exact same thing.
I like it a lot.
Dude, this one, yeah, it's too nostalgic. It was a foundational period for me in my life. It reminds me of a absolutely fantastic time in my life.
It reminds me of 10th grade band camp.
Yeah, dude. You know what happens at band camp? It stays at band camp. Dude, I can't help it. I love this song. And I love Neil Young's version. I really do like it. It's a very different version. It's emotional and heartfelt. Different. But dude, you can't beat nostalgia. And I think a lot of people are maybe find that when they listen to this show.
Because I've heard that song by UB40 so many times to listen to Neil.
To you, that's the song.
That's the song, yeah. Exactly.
Oh, dude, we're at your last tune.
But don't forget, we still love Neil.
Dude, I've got mad love for Neil.
We are at my
crazy
last
love.
Song.
So we're at your last song, man.
All right. This was a tough one for me. I love the song. So it's You've Got to Hide Your Love Away, originally done in 1965 by the Beatles. And again, in 2002 by Eddie Vedder. I think it was for a movie soundtrack called I Am Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So, first and foremost, I have to let everybody know this for those who don't know me out there in internet land. I am a Beatles fan, and I always will be. We are talking Lennon and McCartney, a songwriting duo to never be matched again for the rest of existence. And that's how I truly feel.
Other than Tom Petty and Mike Campbell.
Oh, well.
Which I always got to say.
Okay.
They're the American version.
Yeah, we got you. I didn't agree with you 100%.
America.
So, now my choice and why. So I'm just going to throw it right out there.
Give it to us.
Have you ever listened to a song and thought, this song was made for his or her vocals?
Mm-hmm.
The very first time I heard Eddie Vedder's version, I just felt that way, like 100%. I was like, his vocal styles with this song were just like, to me, like two peas in a pod. And I really, really, really struggled with this because the love I have for the Beatles is just like, you know, as much as I like to breathe air. And that's the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
And so I love both versions, but you know what? Just the specific cover, Eddie does it for me.
There you go, dude. You're choosing Eddie.
Yeah, the Vedder man does it for me.
Yeah, buddy. You know what, dude? Good choice. All right. So this song, first of all, I want to say I love Eddie Vedder. His voice does. It really suits this song. He sounds great singing it. I also prefer the harmonica solo at the end to the woodwinds in the Beatles version. I think it's a flute. But
did you say you prefer a harmonica version?
I prefer the harmonica, yeah. I mean, I know
not knowing a harmonica.
Super shocker here, right? But, dude, the Beatles. Sorry, Eddie. I mean, I love you. I love this version, but dude,
I get it. It was so hard
John
for me.
Lennon singing this song is like And this is one of his, like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, big emotional, you know, openings or whatever. So, but it was a very tough choice. It was a very tough choice because Eddie's version is super good. It's super good. And that harmonica in particular.
And it's rare because a lot, even though with our show today, a lot of songs I always lean towards the original. Mm-hmm. You know, 9 times out of 10, but you know.
Yeah. It was a tough choice. That's what makes it good. So,
are we done?
Excellent choice. We're at the last song.
This is the saddest part of the day for me.
Dude,
when we
in
get
my
down to the
opinion,
last song.
save the best for last. All right.
Yes, sir. Oh,
I chose the song Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen, 1984. Jeff Buckley did it in 1994. Anyone knows me knows that I am a huge Leonard Cohen fan. He is an icon who belongs on the Mount Olympus of rock. This song has been covered so many times by so many people that I could probably compare versions of this song for the next decade on this show.
absolutely.
And not run out of new versions coming out all the time. This is a really good song. Leonard's version is so him, with the background singers and everything is so triumphant. And yet at the same time, it's very tongue-in-cheek. Yeah, anybody who's really listened to the lyrics of this song knows it is not religious, at least not in the canonical sense. But as usual, his deep, like, basso voice carries the thing. It's brilliant. Jeff Buckley's version is more ethereal. His plodding and beautiful electric finger-picking, his soaring tenor. I mean, his voice is so sweet and yet so powerful at points. It cracks one line and roars the next. The dynamics this man employs to sell this song are absolutely legendary. This version is even more impactful because it is on the only album he ever released. Before he could put out his second album and finish it, he drowned swimming in the Wolf River, May 29th, 1997. We were robbed of more music by this guy. And dude, his album is awesome. What did you think of this tune, and what are you choosing?
All right, so Hallelujah. I do love this song. And as you said, there are so many versions swimming out there. I know, and I've heard of Leonard and Jeff both, iconic in their own rights, but this is the first time I've listened to both of them, to be honest with you.
Right.
Like, and that's what I love about music. You know, there's just so much out there. 2 more rabbit holes. Thanks, buddy.
Dude, that's what I do.
My man.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Covered by so many artists, like we said, and I do have a favorite. I heard a live version of John Bon Jovi doing this song, and I've always thought him as an artist and his vocals are just like a God-given talent. Just
Bro, you trying to throw a third version in?
Yeah, well,
what are you doing?
I'm sorry, man. I had to bring it. You caught me off guard.
You're getting the waters all muddied.
All right, I'm sorry.
You can't throw a third version at us. We got to do that on another one.
Bonus version.
Yeah.
So
no, truly though, check that version out. It is good.
So as for the versions we were talking about, the verdict for me is yet to be determined. Wait for it. I'm going to be honest with you. After listening to both of them, I really love the guitar work in Jeff Buckley's version. So that kind of persuade me. I just overall, I'm going with Buckley. He is my choice.
Dude, Buckley's guitar, Buckley's voice. Jeff Buckley has the preeminent cover of this song. I will say on show right now, there is no better version of Hallelujah than this song, nor will there ever be. I absolutely love Jeff Buckley's version, and I love Leonard Cohen. It's just that Buckley version, it's so haunting and beautiful, and his voice and that guitar, bro.
The guitar.
Dude.
So we're in agreement.
Dude, we are again.
Hallelujah to Jeff Buckley, my friend.
Hallelujah. And God rest his soul. So there it is, man. That's it. That's our big list. Let us know. Take to, social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Tell us what you think about these tunes. What songs do you think are better? And if you have ideas for future covers versus originals, shoot them out at us, man. Like, give us some ideas or else we're going to start running out. And then we're only going to have Hallelujah on the song because there's a million versions. So
we're going to go over the 27 different versions of Hallelujah today.
That's right. So cough it up. Anyway, don't forget to check out roosterstone.com to listen to our original music. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Rooster Stone across all social media outlets. And do us a favor. Give us a share, man. If you dig our show and you have friends that you think that will dig the show too, get it out there and push it to them. Let us know. But thanks so much. If you stuck around this long, we appreciate you still being here. And, don't forget to love one another and don't forget about peace and one love.
Come on over to roosterstone.com where you can book the band for any event you can imagine. Acoustic, full band, whatever your event may require. You can also email us to take online music lessons at an affordable monthly price. Don't forget to download our original music and like, follow, and subscribe to Rooster Stone across all social media platforms. Keep rocking out at roosterstone.com.